Kunqu is a 600 years old tradition of Chinese performing arts. It involves, of course, a literary drama, complex drama, and lots of acting, singing, and performed on stage. It started as a kind of local genre created by a group of elitists and artists, performers and dramatists. And of course, as a genre develops, it would not suddenly blossom into a big genre. So it took some time. So by the time we can say that by the turn of 18th century, Kunqu was really the preeminent operatic genre of Chinese performing arts. So from the mid-19th century on through the beginning of the first 2 or 3 decades of the 20th century, Kunqu was really at a low point. There were, of course, some die-hard fans and connoisseurs, but many people, the hip people, would not be going to Kunqu. But because the art is so important and so developed, so there was always, and there has been always, a group of really dedicated connoisseurs, critics, particularly the elite class, so they've been practicing on the side. After the Cultural Revolution, people are suddenly asking themselves, well, what kind of new Chinese, proud Chinese I want to be. And as you know, that when people try to take hold of the history, understanding who they are, they look into their culture. And so it's in that context, Chinese people are suddenly paying attention to this old tradition. As China is becoming a global superpower, they want to communicate with non-Chinese people, different nations. So they are trying to build friendships with cultural exchanges. So what is the best way is to bring your best art to the world. It is controversial because, like every art, especially a traditional art that's been treasured. So there are always camps on people who say that, wow, this is our tradition, this is essence of our people, our mind, so we want to keep it as it is. But there are also other people saying that, well, a performing art, why is so meaningful and powerful? Because it's life. And it needs an audience, a living, young audience. So that's why they say we have to innovate the genre, update it so that our new generation, the young generation of Chinese people will understand it. So in order to do that, they have to update certain things. Now, regarding this troupe that's coming to perform in Ann Arbor, so I would say that they are definitely one of the best troupes. This troupe has been working with Kenneth Bai, or Bai Xianyong, and he is the one who is spearheading all this Kunqu revival by making it modern and contemporary, but at the same time keeping the original flavor, style. So that's why in our performance in September in Ann Arbor, I specifically asked them to do one performance, which is the highlights of this Peony Pavilion, the Young Lovers Edition. So it's very young, very updated, beautiful, clean. And another show is a little bit more traditional, and it would demand the audience attention a little bit more, but in return they can really taste something that is a little bit more representative of, say, maybe a style, performance style that's maybe 30 years ago. So we have 2 shows, a diversity of dramas and singing, acting styles. Then people can see what they like and how they react to the controversies.